All right, so welcome to the Onevinn Advent Calendar, day 18. And today, Jörgen, we have a pretty cool topic in Windows Quick Machine Recovery.
Yes, we thought it was time to have some look at all the new cool stuff. So even if we're still missing quick machine recovery in some parts in Intune and monitoring stuff like that, we can still configure it and actually use it. So let's have a quick look at what it is. So it basically offers a recovery of critical boot issues, which we had a while back with the third-party agent, security agent, that actually caused a boot issue on all machines. So we can actually remediate that if we want. There are some limitations, but we still, it's time to start looking at it and testing it. So we require a Windows 11 24H2 with this release or later. We can turn cloud remediation on or off. What that means that if we turn it off, it will try to do a local recovery using the local files, or if we turn it on, it tries to contact Windows Update using the network settings we have. And the same for auto remediation. So if we do an auto remediation, it will actually turn, if it's turned on, it will contact Windows Update automatically and try to find a solution. If we turn it off, it will still boot to the recovery option, the blue nice little window saying you have a problem booting, and select your boot options, right? So that's actually the options we have, and it's actually quite cool. So if we look at what we can do is we can of course view this manually when we configure it as well. So what I've configured on my machine here is basically this. So I configure that I've actually added my just a dummy Wi-Fi SID, as it's not actually a machine with the Wi-Fi network adapter in it. And then we can set that the password, because it's only right now we need to have a cable connection without any authentication requirements, or a Wi-Fi network we can authenticate to with only password. So there's no certificate support yet in that space. But what we can do is we can actually encrypt the password at least. And we can actually deploy both the password and the network as well. And then we can set how time it to reboot and set the retry interval to see that. So to actually test it out, I've spun up an insider preview. And if I run reagent C/get recovery settings, we can see that Wi-Fi credentials are not here because I don't have a Wi-Fi network adapter, so that would be strange. But auto remediation is turned on, total wait time 180 and wait interval 30. And if we look again, and if we look at the machine itself, we can actually see that if we go under system recovery, quick machine recovery, we can see that it's actually forced on by policy as well, and it will try to look for a solution every 30 minutes. So if there's a critical error on the machine, critical boot error, it will actually try to contact Windows Update either from here or from the reboot screen and try to remediate itself and solve any potential issues we have. So that's the whole hopeful. We can, of course, test this out as well. So Microsoft gave us something called reagent C/set recovery test mode, and then we simply reboot the machine. And then it will actually reboot and simulate this whole process, where it's actually, in my case with the network cable, will contact Microsoft and search for a solution and see if there's anything wrong. So we can actually have a quick look at that as well. So if I take my machine, and as I showed before, if we go to advanced options, we go to recovery, just to prove it, quick machine recovery is turned on, and it will automatically check for solutions as well. So if I then type, and I've elevated myself already. So let's see if we just type that command. So it will say successful, and then we'll do boot to RE. And then we'll simply restart the device. And then we'll see if we can hopefully see the screen after the reboot as well. So now it will simulate the critical error when it reboots and contact Windows Update and see if there's a fix or anything to fix on this machine. So we'll actually see how the end user experience would be as well, at least partly, as there is no error on the machine. But it's actually quite interesting. That's why it takes a little bit longer to boot as well. I think we need to do it like this so we actually can see how it looks when it restarts as well. So then when it reboots, it says, okay, please wait. And then it will do all the things we said it will. So now we will get another screen, which actually says diagnosing your PC, and again, test mode, and then go through all the steps it will actually do to try to solve the problem. And again, as I have a virtual machine, it has a wired network connection, so there's no connecting to Wi-Fi, nothing at all, which would have been doable with the policy if we had a network with a pre-shared password as well. So then we can see it connects to the network, looking for a solution, and then it completes and reboots my machine so I can actually work again. So hopefully this will be a nice addition to our whole troubleshooting experience, and actually hopefully could be able to solve some of these reboot issues themselves. So if we don't want it to actually do a quick machine recovery and try to do it automatically, we can also tell it to stop and actually stop at the you need to fix this yourself, which is an option if we have runners all over the world. And that's the thing we want to stop, but we need to have a network that supports it. We need to trust Microsoft to fix it as well. But it looks really, really promising.
Perfect.
And with that, we thank you for today and see you tomorrow.